Good afternoon, Speedrunners Arena, and welcome to the continuation of the semifinals of the SMRAT. Sorry about that, I just realized I was echoing. Anyway, SMRAT Gerbil Bracket semifinals, game 2 between Lady Snell and Nukelhed. Nukelhed taking game 1 by 90 seconds in a classic with a massive PB by just a bit under 10 minutes. Although randomizer PBs are subjective because it depends on variables such as the seed and whatnot. Still, very impressive time of a 55-35. That would be tough to beat in any level of SMRAT, be it Gerbil, be it Mouse, be it Rat. Very tough. But anyway, we are getting underway. Nukelhed on the right, Lady Snell on the left. Lady Snell needs to win this to force a game 3 at a time to be determined. What I can tell you is that for the other semifinal, it is yours truly, Leslie Pro, taking on... Great, I just had a brain fart. The other semifinal is going to be epic, as we got ourselves a Moonfall on the right by Nukelhed. Lady Snell going for an older strat, where you try to avoid the platform on the bottom, but still clips it. At this point, strats do matter, as well as movement, because we are heading for the Morph Ball pedestal at full speed. And my co-com today is Glove. How you doing today, Glove?
I'm doing great. This is a really exciting one to watch. I think we've gotten to the point in the bracket now, where like we have two runners that, I think you'll see this a lot in levels like Gerbil, where these two runners can be close in skill level in very different ways. I think we'll see Knuckle go for a lot of stuff that maybe Lady Smale doesn't necessarily. Some of these higher level tricks. I believe Knuckle got a first try suitless CF clip. And Lady Smale, both of these runners have really good movement, and I think we've seen them improve a lot throughout the course of this race, throughout SMRAT. It's been really neat to see. Whoa!
That's nice.
Yeah, charge beam.
Definitely going to be wanting that, and both runners getting it at roughly the same time.
I think somebody earlier had said, "Hey, can you stop putting charge so early? It makes things more difficult to think about." But well, here's another early charge. Wow.
An out of logic charge, but seriously, there are times where logic is merely a suggestion, and a good item in the ceiling such as charge beam is definitely that.
Yeah, I mean, I tend not to think too much about like logic regarding ammo. Um, Unless it's like first supers or first power bombs or something, of course, that can be relevant. But like, if it's just about having like enough ammo for a boss or Mother Brain or whatever, it's probably not going to be relevant, especially with how many supers SMRAT Logic loves to give you.
True that, although I've seen seeds be nice with power bombs, yet I've also seen seeds be very stingy with power bombs too. And we have two different strats for approach and climb, with Lady Snell going up the tower by not wall jumping as much, Knucklehead going for the wall jump strats. And chat did bring up that first off, yes, it's Ludicrous. It's my opponent. I had a brain fart. Uh-oh, Knucklehead taking a fall down the shaft. This is what you don't want to do, and this is what you don't want to see, because this is a time loss that's put Lady Smell ahead. More importantly, Bomb Chorizo, vanilla or power bombs?
Yeah. Oh.
Vanilla with the Bomb Chorizo!
And this is a pretty standard vanilla BT fight. This would be like an RBO fight. Having those 10 missiles. This is going to be fun.
Although I am curious, how much damage would charge do compared to missiles?
60% as much per charge shot.
Better to use missiles then. Good to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, the just charge beam is not phenomenal. Anytime you can supplement with missiles or especially supers, you're definitely going to want to do that. Pretty much up until you get to the point like the quote unquote new route beam of charge wave ice spazer is the same damage as a super missile. And then old route beam or full beam is just significantly better than any other option.
Yeah, back to my point real quick about the other semifinal, Ludacris versus myself. I have a feeling it's going to be a fantastic series. But for now, let's focus on the series in front of us because between Ludacris and myself, we're both playing one of these individuals. Who will it be? Gonna have to find out because we'll go over the schedule at the end. But for now, got a runners doing a high five at the 230 missile, which was just more missiles.
Yeah, I definitely do think the like of all the brackets, the gerbil bracket is volatile in a very different way. Uh, it just sort of having runners who are maybe new or just haven't necessarily put as much time into the game. So we see people improve significantly just from the start of the Swiss through the playoffs.
Yeah, I know I can speak for myself in that regard, where I've seen the improvement. We've got divergence. Lady Smell didn't find anything at Terminator. Knucklehead at Screw Attack finds a pack of super missiles, and if that is your first logical super missile, yikes. That is all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. I yeah, I'm not super in love with this play from Knuckle being only able to check that one item there. However, it did reward him with a super missile, which is potentially really good. We'll have to see what Lady Smale finds here.
A missile pack at the Mockball missile that is in logic, although reloading the room to take another shot at the Mockball will be 3 out of logic checks, but could still be important. Now, yeah, I don't like that play either, although if that were a power bomb, that would have been pretty big. Just
Mhm.
saying. Two missile packs, and what's the reserve tank item? This will be the real tell, I think.
Okay, so there are supers there. So Knuckle more than likely lost a good bit of time by checking Old Mother Brain there. He does still have the knowledge of what's there, which definitely is important. It could slightly influence whether he wants to go up or down later. We'll have to see. Still no power bombs exiting early supers.
Yeah, so due to that fact alone, having no power bombs means to full clear this part of the game, we have to make a second trip. And that's. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this particular type of seed.
Yeah, anytime, like, I don't like leaving behind Edacoons here. You could moondance into there if you really wanted to be silly, but you run the quite heavy risk of not being able to get back out if there are no power bombs down there. Also, you would lose like 2 minutes, but it would be funny.
Sounds like the sort of play one would make if they were trying to meme. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Got ourselves a reserve tank in Big Pink, which you can wall jump to.
Yeah, I don't even hate the reserve tank here. Like an E tank would be a million times better, but it will eventually provide you a bit more safety.
Yep, saving lives. Reserves do save lives, and we got an X-ray scope. And Lady
No
Snell is
respect for
not
X-ray.
interested in that whatsoever. Doesn't want to microwave anything later on. Do have to set up for spore spawn skip with a little bit of an awkward way here by using bombs. First try, nice. Oh, both runners are oh, no, Knucklehead is picking up X-ray, so if Plasma Beam... Oh, there's Gravity Suit!
This is... I'm trying to think through the logic right now. So Gravity Suit alone isn't providing... We still can't get to Meridia, because to get into Wreck Ship, we still need power bombs. And obviously to break the tube, you need power bombs. So Gravity Suit doesn't actually open up much. If anything.
We shall see what does open up. Lady Smell got there first, basically by virtue of not going to Old Mother Brain.
Gravity Suit does not open Ocean and Spooky missiles because we still don't have power bombs to get in there. Like, it's... I mean, I'll tell you, this is one of the few instances in which I am really happy. I would be really happy to get Gravity Suit and not Varia. Because if you get Varia, you can get your first power bombs behind Croc.
Yeah, and that's the type of seed that is quite disgusting.
And a vanilla Spazer.
Really? Spazer at Spazer. Chat, I think you might know how I feel about this.
At the point where you have charge, it's pretty hard to say no to that Spazer. As much as I would love to.
We'll take Spazer at this point, but it does beg the question to ask. Randomizer? Really? Now, Morph Bombs, I believe, do put this in logic, but that's just an easy wall jump to make. Although early game, I will take Spazer because you can do some damage with it. Although if you find Plasma first and then find Spazer, you're like, no. Although, not having X-Ray will allow Knucklehead to scout the missile before Kraid, so there could be an advantage there, if that turns out to be something.
Criteria PBs can't have first PBs because it's a yellow door. But yeah, so yeah, Gauntlet could be. However, we would need to find Screw Attack.
Now, Charge Beam has an interesting property when used at Kraid. Let's see what this is. Reserve tank, so that's knowledge Knucklehead will have over Lady Smell. Basically, you just fire a charge shot, and you stop the arm. Unfortunately, a bit early with that super, so Lady Snell is taking Kraid 2-prong.
Yeah, it's probably the most frustrating way to fail Kraid quick kill, where you get everything correct, you just did it too early.
So Knucklehead can gain a bit of time here. Oh, look, an energy tank. Nice.
Well, we are seriously running out of checks we can make for our first power bombs.
And there's the Charge Beam quick kill by Knucklehead. Nicely done.
Very nice. That will definitely make up some of the time difference between the two of them.
I could definitely see ice or space jump coming up at business center. Probably first power bomb pack there too, maybe.
Yep, as chat mentioned, we could also see Varia.
Or we can see Screw
Oh
Attack right there in the
no.
ceiling.
Well, Gauntlet could happen now. Yeah, you do need some way. I guess you need either ice or space to climb up Red Tower. Or we would need to find Wave to get back that way.
I think it all hinges on what's at business center.
And there's ice. There's the ice beam.
Minky, I guess we are heading back up Red Tower.
Oh. Oh, I love this so much.
Makes me glad I'm not playing this
yeah.
one, admittedly.
If anybody tries to tell you that Bomb Gauntlet is bad, just show them the seed.
Yeah, this seed's already saying hold my beer.
Yeah. Bomb Gauntlet can definitely be a time-consuming play. I like it because it's fun. It would have provided either runner a serious advantage here. Thankfully, they've gone essentially the same route so far.
Nukelhed is scouting the Croc escape item, and that is our third reserve tank, so only one energy tank versus 3 reserve tanks have been found at this point.
Yeah, hopefully we do just... Oh, Lady Smail gets grabbed there by the Yapping Maw. Those things are mean. But yeah, hopefully we do just find power bombs.
Those things are just obnoxious. Now, years ago, when I was growing up, I did try New Bomb Gauntlet a couple of times. It was rough.
Yeah, if you haven't practiced it a lot, Bomb Gauntlet is really difficult. And for randomizer, it's fairly unlikely for it to come up.
I think Snow was trying to freeze the Ripper on the way back down, but missed the input.
Yeah, so unfortunately what you have to do there if you're trying to jump over the Ripper and then aim down, is you have to either do 2 shots, one just into nothing and then aim down, or you have to hold an angle first, because otherwise you'll just morph by pressing down after wall jumping, which is why Alcatraz works. Unfortunately, it's not very helpful here.
And Knucklehead's having trouble with this part, and he's missiles at Alpha Power Bombs, so that comes up as a blank. Add that to the list of locations we have to come back to. Uh-oh, we got a Vile Plume.
Yeah, getting the property boost when you have Screw Attack is really annoying. Now, the nightmare scenario here would be we find something at Gauntlet that provides progression but is not power bombs, because to go back down to Red Tower is all yellow doors, so they would have to route through Brinstar again.
And if speed boosters show up, then that could present something nasty in its own way.
Yeah, this is just not a kind seed whatsoever.
To answer chat, yep, that is basically what happened. And with no power bombs, we do have regular morph bombs. Good bomb jump, but Lady Smell going for a delayed wall jump here. Not in logic, but very impressively done.
Now, no matter what we find here, or well, mainly if we find power bombs, I wouldn't be surprised to see some divergence, whether runners want to go back and check some of the things they missed, or just continue onward into, say, Meridia or something. Alright, we do find an E-tank. That's kind of nice. It makes the back section of Gauntlet a bit nicer.
That acid does a lot of damage, so Lady Snell is opting to wait it out. Knucklehead having trouble with the delayed wall jump, so opting to do double bomb jumps. And was doing it quite well, but then lost the timing, which that's the thing with bomb jumps, be it single or double. The timing is rhythm based, and the rhythm can be lost at times, which is unfortunate.
Thank
Plasma
goodness.
and power bombs. Wow.
I like to think of the plasma beam as being delivered in like one of those "I'm sorry" greeting cards.
Yeah, it's the kind that says, "I'm sorry, but your princess is in another castle." You see that? You're playing the wrong rando.
Yeah, now Lady Smale does not want to do a second trip through Brinstar. She's just gonna go back down Red Tower, presumably check Beta and item behind Alpha Power Bombs, and I guess go on to Meridia at this point. I wonder if she wants to get Criteria Power Bombs here.
Not a bad play, not a bad idea. However, getting up there would be slow doing bomb jumps, so. Oof.
Yeah, that's true. She could check Wreck Ship as well.
And chat
Yeah,
pointing out doing maze in logic. That's
Oof.
also a play.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what the runners decide to do.
Alright, so she is going for Wreck Ship here. I kind of don't like skipping Criteria Power Bombs here. It's possible she comes back to it after Wreck Ship, hoping she gets maybe speed or something in there.
Now, to answer a statement in chat about latest power bombs I've seen now, I was on commentary for Ryko Rider's last race in this particular tournament. Those power bombs were even later.
Yeah, just I believe it was last night. This wasn't SMRAT, but it was a race run with SMRAT veteran bonus in the Rando League. His first power bombs were at Double Chamber in Norfair.
Oh gosh, that's just awful.
Yeah, that
Now,
was a heck of a seed.
now it's worth noting that it is that for SMZ3's version of the logic, there is a guaranteed powerbomb pack in Sphere 0 for reasons that, well, seeds like this stink. And those seeds are pretty long to begin with. We do have Knucklehead going back into Brinstar for cleanup, and there's a second powerbomb pack, this one at Spooky.
Yeah, at this point, a second power bomb pack isn't especially valuable, and I would say the third power bomb pack is likely not even worth picking up, since we already have that ice beam. So Crystal Flash isn't likely to come into play unless you're doing something really out there. And we already have bombs, so it's not like running out of power bombs will really be a concern. Yeah, and we haven't Knucklehead's uh, second run through of Brinstar has been largely unfruitful. We'll have to see if Mission Impossible or Wavegate have anything.
The slow pattern to start Fantoon off doesn't get the missile off in time, so the eye snapping shut. Well, let's see how this goes. This is 4 missiles and then the charge ice plasma combination.
Yeah, this should be a pretty simple 3-round.
Oh, hi, Wave Beam. I was about to say, going for, going for Wave Gate without high jump, that would have been gross. But full beams, a half hour in, beams definitely not the problem with this particular seed to this point.
Yeah, and with that wave beam, by the time Knuckle gets to Fantoon, he'll just have a pretty simple 1-round because he picked up that X-ray.
That's the end of Fantoon for Lady Smell. Wave Gate just missiles.
Yep. Now, at this point, does Knuckle go to check Billy Mays? He's thinking about it. I'm not sure if he knows how to get up there. You have to, yeah, there you go. You have to wall jump off the tube.
Going to the right first to check the super missiles at the power supply. That's an E-tank. That's 4 for Lady Smell. Super missiles behind the morph ball pedestal.
Yeah, at this point, Lady Smale is just, or well, I suppose both of these runners are. Both runners are just Varia away from go mode. It's a kind of ugly go mode. That space jump makes it a much better go mode, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say Space Jump's gonna make that much better. In fact, now all of Meridia is in logic, including the boss, and it would take an ice clip or a crystal flash clip at this point to be able to see Shaktor. And Chad is even calling for it. Like, wow. And Billy Mays here with super missiles call down, get missiles as a bonus. Chat's corrected me. Dragon isn't in logic without speed, but the runners can ice clip to it. Hey, at this point, for all we know, speed could be a Shaq tool.
Don't even say that. Yeah, I mean, speed is basically, speed is the #1 comfort item we can get here. Besides that, high jump boots would be, high jump boots are always lovely to have. They're kind of like space jump, but better.
High jump makes everything better, I find. Good spiky room of death from Lady Smell, both ends.
Yeah, unfortunately, all of these extra checks that Knuckle made have just put him behind. Like, I think he made perfectly reasonable checks here. They just didn't have anything in store for him.
Yep, and that's the way randomizer goes sometime.
I wonder, does Knuckle do X-ray here? Ooh, I
Doesn't have
don't
any
like him
power
skipping.
bombs.
Okay, he's going back for the frog farm. Cool.
Well, which he does have to do because otherwise you can't get into Meridia. And that is a pack of supers in the attic, which is getting picked up. Not so sure on this one because that's just a bit time consuming.
My guess is Lady Smail just wants as much ammo as possible for Ridley. Like the 30 Super Ridley fight is the easiest way to take him down.
Here's Main Street. Supers. Okay, so we don't need that per se. And supers in the sky. With missiles in the ground.
Now, one of these runners has to be finding something quite soon here.
True that, as we are
Yeah,
running out
whether
of checks at a rapid rate.
we need to see either Speed or Varia coming up.
Yeah, last bit of progression we got was Space Jump.
That is correct. Nobody did check landing site PBs.
Which will be much faster now that Lady Smail has Space Jump.
Yeah, which is the advantage of putting it off. However, you can run into like an absolute nightmare scenario where, for example, Criteria Power Bombs has speed, and Varia's at Wreck Chip Reserve. Hopefully I didn't just manifest that into being.
We've now accounted for all 4 reserve tanks. And now we're going to get a look at Wrecked Ship Reserve. Hopefully this is nothing. Super, so technically nothing. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I mean, every time you see that there's nothing there at Wreck Ship Reserve, you're just breathing a sigh of relief. Yeah, and then,
There's Faria at
oh
Gravity.
no.
Wow.
Yeah, this is worst case for Knuckle. He there's not really much he can do to come back at this point, barring serious error from Lady Smail.
Or getting to that, and by some miracle coming up with Speed Booster, and Lady Smail does not. Crazy things can happen in random. Besides, I've seen Ridley be a butt-faced troll a few times in these brackets.
So chat asking, yes, Lady Smail does have Go Mode ammo. She has Charge Beam. And she has a quite nice Charge Beam at that. So yeah, having Ridley ammo is definitely a nice to have. We have seen Lady Smail pick up incidental supers along the way. And did Lady Smail just skip red tower checks?
Yep.
That, I mean, if speed were there, I think that could have potentially been the difference maker. Like if we find speed right here, Knuckle is quite possibly back in this, genuinely.
Well,
But
it's
it's another super
Super
pack.
Beta.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't think anywhere else that Knuckle incidentally finds speed could make it up. Like one full clear of a wrecked ship is quite a lot of time to make up.
Correct, and this is a seed where you can't skip wrecked ship.
Hmm.
Because you definitely, the energy and power bomb resources are not there for a grand hell run. I mean, they might be including Meridia, but no, that's a big time loss compared to just going at this point.
Yeah, I think if you're going for a hell run in a situation like this, then your logic sort of has to be, okay, we've seen like 0 E-tanks so far, so the tanks must just all be on the way and I'll get those refills. Which is an idea you can run with. It's a dangerous one though.
And dangerous is putting it mildly, folks. It's a 0 out of 10 would not recommend on my list. That's super missiles at Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, Knuckles having a hard time peeking this. At this point, I think it might have been better to just go for it. However, he does eventually see those missiles there. However, it's a little bit awkward because you do have to. Knuckle has to full clear wreck ship here no matter what. And he knows that. There's not anywhere else where something could really be. Alright, now this should be a pretty comfy lower Norfair for Lady Smail here, having Space Jump and Screw Attack, as well as Plasma. Knuckle wants those power bombs, just for the refill here. Certainly understandable.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because only one pack down to one. Yeah, bad scenario. The worst room in the game is really no problem under these circumstances.
I do wonder how many items Lady Smail will be checking from this point onward. She is in a pretty cozy go mode, however, speed would certainly speed things up. It's a pretty good item for speed running. But if if you spend minutes going out of your way to check every single item on your path, then you're just losing time, even if you do find speed later on.
That's a quick fan tune for Nukelhed. Although I would say Power Bomb's a shame is right on the way to Ridley, so you can check that easily.
Oh yeah, I think ladies should definitely be checking anything that's just on the way. And to answer the question in chat, yes, you can microwave Fantoon. It has to be done differently from Dragon and Botswoon. You have to get off one missile first. Otherwise, Fantoon will just immediately disappear from having taken too much damage. It's just like for the same reason that like I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to Doppler Fantoon when he first appears. I don't think.
Right. Pretty sure that's on the same premise.
Yeah, and it is a quite quick microwave for Fantoon. Fantoon doesn't have a ton of health. For some reason, the developers didn't think you would have plasma at that point in the game.
They clearly weren't anticipating speedrunners coming up with a way to RBO.
Oh, I love RBO Fantoon so much. Alright, and Lady Smale is just going to be doing a bit of farming before this Ridley. This definitely takes some extra time, however, it's much faster than dying to Ridley because you weren't adequately prepared for what you feel your abilities are.
Uh-oh, Nukelhed has left wrecked ship.
This is really unfortunate.
Now, there are times where skipping wrecked ship works out. This is 100% not that time. So let's go over based off what we know Nukelhed has. 5 energy tanks, 1 reserve, and not enough power bombs for 1 crystal flash. There is no way to grand L run.
Yeah, I think at this point he's just betting. He's thinking, okay, if Varya's at wrecked ship, I've already lost. I have to believe it's at some wacky location like X-Ray. Which, in this case, he's not wrong.
Now,
However,
we haven't seen X-Ray yet, so we don't even know what's here. We just know that it's not Varia.
Yeah, it could be speed. It's just a missile.
But it's just regular missiles. And Ridley is being not nice, not grabbing, and after 3 slaps to the tail, finally does.
Yeah, I'm sure Lady Smale is very thankful right now she didn't go for that farm, or she did go for that farm rather.
And there's the high jump boots behind Ridley.
I mean, aside from speed, that's the absolute best thing you could have seen there. Like, honestly, if I could pick up high jump boots after I've killed Mother Brain for just the cost of the item fanfare, I would still do it. High jump boots are just really good for your movement. Oh, that's right. Yeah, speed can't be there because speed is a progression item and Ridley is never in logic.
So Nukelhed is giving us our first look at Meridia. Probably going to full clear it, so if we do find speed, it's likely going to be here. At this point, no, I would consider high jump more of a quality of life item because we already have space jump and we already had access to parade. So if you were to say find high jump early, then it would be progression, but since it was late, that's not the case.
Yeah, high jump boots can be a progression item, effectively. However, high jump boots will never give you access to anywhere that bombs cannot, as far as I can think. And it certainly won't give you access to anywhere that space jump doesn't give you access to. Within SMRAT logic.
At Meridia Beach. And Super's on the exit. Not bad.
All right, and Lady Smail, yeah, I like that E-Tank here.
Yeah, same here. You're down below half your health, coming up on 3 Musketeers. Sure, Screw Attack deals with them rather quick, but it's better to have them to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. And if maybe you're not as familiar with like different vanilla categories, then it's a good idea to have more E-Tanks for Turian. Alright, Knucklehead is going for Snail Clip here. You can use X-Ray to make this a bit easier. It's possible either he doesn't know it or just feels confident enough without it.
Unfortunately, the
Yeah.
snails aren't cooperating, and you can get soft lock doing that. Getting a check of left sand pit first.
Yep, and yeah, Lady Smail is taking the long way around to escape Meridia. If you don't have speed, you have to go this way unless you know how to do Speedless Speedway, which is simple on execution, but you can soft lock doing it, which is really scary.
Yeah, no thanks to the soft lock. And speaking of no thanks to left sand pit. It was a dud.
Ugh. I gotta know where the speed is. I mean, there aren't that many locations we haven't seen. We haven't seen Criteria Power Bombs. We haven't seen Waterway. Obviously, the remainder of Meridia. No, of course, speed can't be a Waterway. What am I saying?
Yeah, this is an SMZ3 where that could technically happen, but no, not here.
And Lady Smail is hot on Knuckles' tail. Having those high jump boots honestly makes a lot of stuff here a lot better. She won't have as quick a time with the boss fights as she skipped that X-ray way back at the beginning of the game.
And she also
However,
didn't go back to Mission Impossible for Wave Beam.
Mm-hmm. Still a pretty quick bot wound. With this beam, especially with some of the double hits she got, it's a pretty quick fight. However, the difference for Dragon will definitely be more pronounced. Especially since she does not have a great way to kill Dragon, nothing faster than just charge plasma shots.
Through that, no grapple, no speed, missed X-ray, and that could be a decision that comes back to haunt her. We shall see.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it won't be enough for Knuckle to catch up. He still has all of Lower Norfair to do. And Wrecked Ship once again to do. But yeah, I mean, that with X-Ray, Dragon is just so quick. And still no speed. Yes, Varya's in Wrecked Ship. At the very end, Varya was at Gravity's location.
Yep, Arya occupying the gravity seat spot for this particular seed. Now here's Dragon.
Alright, Dragon should just about be dead.
And that last shot did the trick.
Nice. Yeah, and Lady is not even checking behind Dragon. She knows all it can be is speed.
No, it can't.
No, it
Not
can't.
in
You're
this
right.
one.
So it couldn't have been anything. I mean, it could have been Spring Ball. It could have been Wave. We know it's not Wave, of course. Alright, and this time Knuckle is using X-Ray to try and get it. That positioning looks fine. I think he was just KOing there.
So to answer your question in chat, the third match will be at another time to be determined if necessary. Although Redemption has said tomorrow, and it's 2 missiles, and he is continuing on. Could it really be a Chak2 after all this time?
Now Knuckles gonna have to go for a pretty difficult trick here, known as the Puyo clip.
And wrecks the enemy instead.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Which is one of the negatives of having Screw Attack and realizing that shuts it off.
Alright, yeah, I like him turning off Screw Attack and switching off of Plasma. Just not quite there.
Just a pixel short. That looks to be too low.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible he doesn't quite know how to do it with X-Ray. It is a quite uncommon trick, especially for something like SMRAT to need to know.
And Lady Snell is taking a refill at the ship, which is a very good decision before making your way to Turian. When going for this, at what point do you just reset the room?
I mean, with the faster strat, you kind of have to reset the room each time. With this, I think you can just sort of go for it ad infinitum.
Well, depending on your health as well.
Yeah.
And we got ourselves a Turian play here as Lady Snell is closing in on finishing this off.
Yeah, it's kind of an awkward item set for Turian, to be honest.
And there's the clip.
Nicely done.
And Shaq Tool is getting a visit as a result. We know Varia is not here, but there is a chance that Speed is. I mean, Grapple can't be here, but Speed could be. That's all I'm going to say.
But yeah, I was saying it's kind of an awkward item set for Turian. Like, not having that speed means you can't go for some of the faster strats. Having screw attack means you can't go for the standard grouping strats for like Metroid Room 1.
And Spring Ball today was... We didn't see. We didn't
Just an egg.
see. I kid you not. We did not see. That's a
Oh,
speed booster.
no
Are you
way.
kidding me, Gabe? That is just obnoxious with a capital O. And this is one seed, folks, where you really want to know how to do that ice clip to Batoon, because that location is absolutely disgusting.
Here's the question: where's Grapple?
I'm gonna say vanilla.
Ugh. I guess it could be, yeah. Could be a lot of places in Norfair.
And Shactul has been shot, which is understandable. I mean, it is a required Buzzsaw Man-Pants seed, technically.
Oh, what a seed.
Yeah. But that's what makes Super Metroid so much fun, is that you get dirty gotchas like that, you could just say to the game, no, we're gonna do it this way.
I love a good music seed. See, Music doesn't even, like, anytime Music wants to upload a Plando, he just rolls a regular seed.
That's actually a pretty funny joke. Shaq Tool's on loan from Contra 3, Stage 3.
Nice. I only ever played the first Contra.
Let's just say that type of game is not my strength, as now we are getting ourselves a Zeb skip attempt, and Lady Smale does get it. If there's one thing I'd love to learn to be able to do is that, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Yep, Knucklehead is still looking for Varia, and it's going to be in all the wrong places, as we know it's not here at Plasma.
Yeah,
Yep, it's just missiles.
Yeah, I certainly don't blame it, or I certainly, I want as many people as possible to finish their races. However, I understand if Knuckle forfeits here. This is a frustrating situation.
Yep, and it doesn't matter what randomizer you have played. This will happen to you at some point, where you just don't make the right turns and you lose badly because of it. And Remucturus in chat pointing out is that his best hope is that it's at Wrecked Ship Reserve. We know that not to be the case, but we do know it is at Wrecked Ship, just not at that location.
And I would like to just point out that in this seed, where we found our first power bomb pack in Gauntlet of all places, and Lady Smale never found speed. She's still entering the cutscene after MB2 sub-hour. Like, this is gonna be a good time.
Yeah, this is going to be an outstanding time. And we head going back to Wrecked Ship by way of Forgotten Highway. Not a route we see very often.
Yeah, I mean, having Knuckle picked up that space jump, right?
I believe so, yes.
And in this specific situation, it is faster to go reverse Forgotten Highway to get to Wrecked Ship. Um, it's fairly close, though.
Well, this does drop him right at Wrecked Ship Reserve, so in terms of a good place to get dropped off, this is a good one.
Yeah, I mean, he can check this since he already killed Fantoon.
Interesting to note, if you've done Forgotten Highway, well, reverse Forgotten Highway, and haven't killed Fantoon, that item does not show up.
There are specific tweaks you can use for stuff like Area Rando to make that item show up before Fantoon's dead. However, those are not in play for SMRAT. I made that mistake in one of my first races, actually.
Down goes Mother Brain for Lady Snail, and she is only an escape away from forcing a Game 3 to be held at some point in the future.
Yeah, nicely done. I mean, like, at this point where we're at the semifinals, we're seeing some really good matches in this gerbil bracket. Like, all four runners who are left in here are runners who have really improved over the course of SMRAT, and have certainly earned their claim to be on this stage.
And to think this is my first time doing an SMRAT, or any sort of SM tournament for that matter, I'm kind of curious to see how far I can take this, admittedly. But first, let's finish out this tournament and then go from there. She's out of Turian. We're gonna get a check of Wrecked Ship Reserve, and this is just gonna be disappointment when it's supers and he's immediately booking it out of there.
Ugh. It's unfortunate. Throughout this whole race, I understand why Knuckle made the decisions that he did. However, um, his decisions didn't pan out this time, unfortunately.
And he's leaving Wrecked Ship again.
All right, and Lady Smale has finished with an official SRL time of 1:03:02. Upon seeing this, Knucklehead has unfortunately forfeited from the race. Understandable, but GG's to both of these runners. Be sure to go follow both of our runners. This was not a fun seed to play through. Especially at this point when both of these players, we're deep in the playoffs, their tournament lives are on the line here. And we will be seeing a game 3 here. So absolutely look forward to that.
There is still one unanswered question that we're gonna see in the credits. Where was Grappleby?
Oh yeah, the intended logic to get through this seed is just a real doozy.
Yeah, big yikes. And Redemption has mentioned Spring Ball. That is the other question. I mean, Spring Ball could be on the way to Grapple or some random location.
All right, looks like I think we'll be getting Lady Smale in for an interview. I think Knuckles just going back to bed. Those Australia times.
Are you kidding me? There was only 2 powerbomb packs this whole seed?
We found both of them. Jeez.
Is that the bare minimum?
You can get a 1 powerbomb seed. It's obscenely rare. Two powerbombs.
And one of them was powerbomb locked.
Yeah, there was.
Ew.
So I don't care what you do. I don't care if you do out of bounds shenanigans. Well, okay, without out of bounds shenanigans, you could do something, but like, barring that, Gauntlet was your first powerbomb. You couldn't avoid that.
Grapple was in Lower Norfair at Showcase Showdown. And Spring Ball was at the Grapple Missile in Lower Norfair. That is just so disgusting. This might be one of the biggest dumpster fire seeds I've seen on the Super Metroid side of things.
What a seed. GG's to both of our runners. And to answer a question in chat, the next game will be happening, it seems like, probably tomorrow around the same time.
I will unfortunately be at work, so I will miss it. So good luck to both runners in that race, as doesn't matter what happens, I'm looking forward to whomever I wind up playing in either or. It's gonna be fun. But first, my semifinal as well. Because it's all gonna be fun at this point.
Alright, and now we are joined by the winner of today's race, Lady Smale. GG.
What the heck? I've just seen the spoiler log. Two powerbomb packs? That's just mean.
Yeah,
well,
I was thoroughly disgusted by that. The lowest I
complain.
prior to that was 5. A 2? Oh,
Yeah, 2 is ridiculous. And I can't complain because I got exactly what I asked for, which was a trolley seat. So
I can't
complain. I can't complain. I asked for a trolley seed. I got a trolley seed. Oh man, where was Knuckle? Like, I know he forfeited, but like, what happened?
When you decided to go to Wrecked Ship, Knuckle decided to go down to Meridia. Instead.
Makes sense. I was toying with the idea myself, but I haven't really got access.
His route was he went back through Brinstar, cleaned up all the items he had missed, then took that over to Meridia, went through Meridia, didn't find anything, went back up to Wrecked Ship, did Wrecked Ship, and then immediately dipped out of it, I guess hoping for something like X-Ray.
Oh man. I was just like, with 2 power bombs, I mean, luckily Ice was in a reasonably nice area, but if Ice had been speed locked, that would have been absolutely horrific. She had no access to Crystal Flash Clip and would have had no access to Ice. She would have had to go to Shack. That's nasty. That is a nasty seed.
Yeah,
and I loved it. I loved it.
And for the record, Knuckle did go to Shack. He managed to get the Puyo Clip in.
Oh, nice. I really need to learn that. It's on my list of things to learn. I've got like a list about 10 miles long of things I need to learn for this game, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn.
I'm just annoyed I missed the Craig quick call by like the narrowest of margins there, just a tad too early. Bit gutted.
Yeah, that's the really frustrating way to miss it.
Yeah.
GG's though, like really well played, both of our runners. You both displayed some really nice movement throughout.
Like I said, I'm just happy I managed to take a game off Knuckle, to be honest. Like, I would have said that his movement was a lot better than mine, but I'm glad that I got at least a game, so I can feel proud of myself now.
Well, we'll have to see how things turn out
Yeah,
tomorrow for game 3.
something I was genuinely not expecting. But yeah.
Well,
I'm
best of luck to you. Best of luck to Knuckle.
Thanks, Glove. Appreciate it. Just want to say thanks to everyone again for the sorting out the restream again. We're doing it reasonably short notice because it was mainly because of me. I was just like, I don't know what times because I'm late, because I'm up late now. So it's just, yeah. I know it's really early for Knuckle, so
It's always a joy to do these comms.
Yeah. I was gonna say, hopefully tomorrow we won't have as many technical issues. Oh, can I petition that next year we use race time for the races? Because SRL just seems to want to keep hating on me.
I'd
I
be
think
fine.
there are
We've had so
plenty of
many
people on your
issues.
side.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. This SRL's just not been friendly like the last couple of weeks. Yeah, so
We'll have to see.
Yeah, right, I'm gonna go hit the sack because I've got a 8-month-old who's probably gonna wake up in a few hours.
Oh no, best of luck with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we'll get there. Again, thanks to everyone, and yeah, see you tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, have a
Good
good one.
luck.
All right, night, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
With that,
be sure to follow both of the runners. Go follow Lady Smail, go follow Knucklehead. And if you would be so kind, follow our broadcast team as well. Mujic's been our restreamer. We've had Reem on tracking. And I've been Glove They Them, joined by Leslie Pro.
and thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun to commentate. Maybe next time I'll be a little less long-winded on the intro, but these races are so hype, it's kind of hard to not. And this race
I
truly
gotcha.
was hype. So if you're able to tomorrow, come back for game 3. I will likely be catching the VOD of it, unfortunately, but hey, you gotta work for a living. It's just the reality of it.
I heard
And
that.
look forward to game 1 of Ludicrous versus yours truly, Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, as we're about to light it up on the big stage.
Awesome. Well, I think with that out of the way, that's going to be everything here from us at Speedrunners Arena. So once again, just be sure to go follow the runners, follow the broadcast team, follow Speedrunners Arena to catch all of your SMRAT action. And with all of that, we're going to be rating Crustacean 7. Go say hi. But from us here at Speedrunners Arena, we'll see you next mission.
Good night, everybody.